where are you on Tyrese Halliburton right now? You have 2 impressive postseasons. We'll see where this one ends for a young, bright point guard here. Where are you at with him?
I like him a lot. I really do. I think he's a really good person and a really good player. And I applaud that. I'm all for that. I want as much success as he can have. He is the type of player that you want the league to be built around and feature a guy like that. He cares about the game. He's gotten better as a player year in and year out.
His shot has gotten so much better.
Yeah, I mean, why should we not respect and applaud what he's done? And in the last 2 playoff runs, he's shown he kind of rises to these moments. And he's comfortable in that state. He's everything you want a player to be. From a Cleveland perspective, and they might come back in this series, but to drop the first 2 games at home to this Indiana team, which is a good team but not a special team, this is ugly.
It is. Now, and before I get to Halliburton here, on the Indiana Pacers as a team, this is interesting because the Pacers, flew completely under the radar. I mean, we were talking about every single team, even talking about Memphis Grizzlies because of Ja, before we would get to the Indiana Pacers. And that's on this level, on the national level. And it's weird because Indiana Pacers were just in the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Yeah.
And if they win this series and they have an upper leg to do so, they're going to be back in it again.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, and they didn't make any significant changes in the offseason. They have younger guys that got better. And this Nembhard guy, he's so different from regular season to playoffs, and that's 2 years in a row. So,
well, my thing on Indiana is, again, they made a conference final, but to me, you didn't see what we saw with Cleveland. You didn't see the regular season jump. It didn't feel like they built off last year's playoff run and came in rolling. They had good stretches, bad stretches, but there wasn't an improvement. When you look at Cleveland, they were a good regular season team last year. They were an exceptional regular season team this year. And Indiana didn't show you that jump. And so that's why I think that coming into this process, they are kind of under the radar because it's like, well, what do we expect? They were okay last year. They didn't really seem to grow much. They haven't changed personnel in a big way. Why should we, have a big expectation? And it felt like other teams, the Celtics are still the Celtics. It felt until the beginning of the series that Cleveland had found another level of play. And then the Knicks, who beat them, beat Cleveland last year. But the Knicks with Towns and whatever, it felt like they were maybe a bit more dangerous.
Yeah.
And so that's why they're under the radar.
I read an article this morning, and it said that they loved the idea of Giannis to the Pacers. And then I fell in love with it. That's honestly...
It's a romance novel.
Yeah, that's my number 1 team for him now. That's if what I would want to see, I would love to see Giannis. The pace that they go at, the way that they play. Then you have Halliburton, a true point guard, but he's also not afraid to take shots. They have the shooting, they have size. Giannis, you put Giannis over there, and they have pieces and draft picks to do it.
They'll have to make peace with Tyrese's dad. For real?
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
They'll fucking ship his dad off to Quebec somewhere. They had
He'll
to.
be get a season-long ban from the arena and practice facility. He can attend no NBA games.
Exactly. They did ban him for a while.
They did. I think the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, rest of the playoffs, right?
Which would be funny now if they beat Cleveland and get another round.
I know, right?
The ban just stays longer.
But yes. Now on Halliburton here, man.
I want to just take a shot at his dad. That was just a super douchey move. Really, you're not even a man if you're doing that. Your son's a great player. Good credit to him. And when your son's a great player, you have no reason to be a dick.
Yeah.
That if you think about this, your son is a all-star, face of a young franchise, gold medal Olympic player. Granted, he didn't play much, but and a guy that people seem to like.
Yeah.
You should just be proud and full of class. There's no need to be an asshole. You just diminish, anything your son's done. What are you even doing, dude? read the room. Don't be a dick.
It was so weird because it wasn't a situation. It's not like Giannis was, whatever, doing something to Halliburton throughout the series.
Right, or if he took like some like crazy flagrant foul on him or something crazy like that.
Make it something where we can understand.
Yeah, it was just horrible. And I'm happy they banned him. I applaud that. I'm glad Halliburton didn't defend his dad in the press conference.
No, he was
afterward.
right away. Yeah.
And that's class on. That speaks to his character.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been this way like too. If your kids are wrong, they're wrong. Like don't make them right when they're wrong. If they're being attacked unfairly, if they're being miscast in some way that's not accurate to what they are, but when they're wrong, let them be wrong.
And you're saying the same should go for parents?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So kids holding parents accountable.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm all for it. My kids tell me all the time when I fuck up. And it's okay. I'm like, that's fine. That's your opinion.
It's your opinion.
You're obviously wrong, but at least you're trying to think.
Yeah, there you go. We want thinkers over here, man. But yes, of course, a lot of Halliburton's peers think that he's the most overrated player in the league. And Halliburton actually talked about that in the press conference, and they were actually chanting the overrated earlier in that game, in that second game.
And Donovan Mitchell apparently kind of gave the crowd a signal to calm down, which I respect that. Yeah. I do respect that.
I do. Still didn't keep him from, ripping the hearts out of Cleveland. And so where are you on Tyrese Halliburton right now? You have two impressive postseasons. We'll see where this one ends for a young, bright point guard here. Where are you at with him?
I like him a lot. I really do. I think he's a really good person and a really good player. And I applaud that. I'm all for that. I want as much success as he can have. He is the type of player that you want the league to be built around. And feature a guy like that. He cares about the game. He's gotten better as a player year in and year out.
His shot has gotten so much better.
Yeah, I mean, why should we not respect and applaud what he's done? And in the last two playoff runs, he's shown he kind of rises to these moments. And he's comfortable in that saying. He's everything you want a player to be.
This season, I read a stat that's just effing nuts. This season, with shots and field goals, with either to tie or to take the lead, really clutch shots, late fourth quarter or overtime. He's 10 of 11.
Really?
That is freaking nuts.
For the whole season?
Yeah.
That actually feels like it's a low amount of shot attempts, though.
Yeah.
For a player probably 80 games.
The other two that they compared him to, that of course you had Brunson. He had taken the most. It was like 21 or 22. Then the second guy was like around 14.
Wait, is this like only in the final minute of the game or something?
This is like the last 30 seconds or something.
Oh, last 30 seconds.
To take the lead or tie. The shot to take the lead or tie.
That makes more sense. Okay, I was thinking it was like the last minute or two.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes you'll have like 3 or 4 possessions. Like Brunson will end up taking like 3 shots in the final 80 seconds of a game.
Well, yeah, he's lapping the field, so apparently he's doing it in 30. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say even 23 seemed low for him. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah,
that is crazy. That is.
It is, man. And this is for a guy who's a pure point guard. I mean, he's pass first. I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, he's leading the playoffs in assists. He's led the league in assists. You know what I mean?
But when you taking those shots and making those shots, it's almost like exercising a muscle. Like when you do it a lot and you experience the success, like you become super comfortable, and then you and your teammates know that's who needs to do this in that moment. And that's the thing. You just you Jimmy Chit with that bitch.
No.
Did you watch Hoosiers, or was that before your time?
I
or
caught
was
it
it just too white?
Sometimes it can be.
I know. You're reluctant to get into Yellowstone.
I still haven't.
They killed like the only black character at the end too.
Oh yeah,
But at least he lasted longer than the average horror movie.
Oh yeah.
Usually
to end of the season. I mean,
last episode period. The grand finale.
That's a little respectable.
That is. It was a well-loved character.
And the other show, remember I told you, I was like, man, this is just so damn white. Yeah. But it was really good. With the white guy who was like
Landman.
Landman.
Yeah.
Remember I told you that, but it was like
Yeah.
really good. So
Yeah.
whatever.